My people there, my people suffer. Them they pray for blessing. Hey, my people there, them they pray for blessing.
Hello viewers, welcome to the first edition of the LOL show on Top Africa. LOL represents Lens of Leadership. And on this show, African scholars, of course in Germany, take a front seat and voice out their opinions and solutions on matters affecting the community. We have all seen the video, we have all watched the video of a Nigerian being dragged out of a train somewhere in Munich, in Germany. Was racism involved or not? Today we're going to discuss that. My name is Dayo Sadiku and I will be your host for today. Joining me on this program are first African scholars based in Germany. I will introduce them very briefly to you. On my right is Ewa Ade. She's a chemical and bioprocess engineering student at the Technical University of Hamburg. And close to her is Ade Adedeji. He's his PhD candidate in psychosocial medicine at the University Hospital in Hamburg. And also here is Edward James. He's a bachelor student in business informatics at the Leuphana Universität Lüneburg. And finally, we have Uche Ilichukwu, who's an information engineering student at the Hamburg University of Applied Sciences. So, have a look at the video and tell me, and we'll soon be back.
This is absolutely not okay, this what you're doing. The guy didn't do anything to you guys. Ah! You should be ashamed of yourself. This is racist what you're doing. Why are you doing this? He paid.
Nein, ich darf filmen, wann ich möchte. Natürlich darf ich filmen, wann ich möchte.
Ich arbeite selber bei der Deutschen Bahn.
Ja, nee, ich bin Journalistin, ich weiß, was meine Rechte sind. Was ich filmen darf. You should be ashamed of yourself. This is racism. I'm doing this to him because he's black.
Ich arbeite auch bei der Deutschen Bahn.
Und?
Schau, das
Rede ich mit dir überhaupt?
I'm good in political. Könnten Sie bitte aufhören, die Tür zu blockieren? You tell me what I do. We are going to the prison.
So, we have all just watched the video. Was racism involved or not? So we start by asking Ewa to give us our opinion.
I would try my possible best to first give an unbiased perspective before I give my own opinion. I mean, when I first came across that video, the first thing that came to my mind, I didn't even know the guy was Nigerian. This was just a black guy being pushed out of the train by a couple of guys. I've seen something similar before, and before we even go far, I just think I'm of the opinion that sometimes we take the color thing too far, number one. And then number two, I didn't even know he was Nigerian, but one thing was obvious. It was the very obvious detail in that video was the fact that these guys were attempting to pull him off the train, and then he was resisting to some extent. He wasn't fighting them back, but then he was resisting being pulled off the train. And the first thing that came to my mind was this. It said that two wrongs do not make a right. And then from what the people were saying in the background, it was clear that there was some debacle with his ticket and all whatnot. And I thought, and I said, okay, maybe he did not have his ticket, but if the man said calm down, or if the man is being rude to you, just calm down. That was my opinion. It's possible that these people were rude, it's possible they were nasty, it's possible that they were biased because of the color of his skin. But when they say, I mean, there's one thing we say, a uniform of a police officer or of a soldier is representative of the authority of that country. And then these people who, what do they call them, fast time patrols, I don't know the English word, but then if they say bring out your ticket and they say something is wrong with your ticket, even if you do not have a ticket, and they say calm down, then just calm down, even if they are being rude or nasty. That was the first thing that came to my mind. So yes, I agree, and this then is my own opinion. I agree that there might have been a possibility that these people had preconceived notions that this man was black. So maybe this black people, it's called Schwarzfahrer, and then he's black as well. So you have a Schwarzfahrer, and maybe they had preconceived notions. But then it's possible to. There's something you call escalating and de-escalating a situation. If somebody says come out, then you just come out. I use myself as a student as an example. If I have my ticket and then I'm on the train, I don't think somebody would try to bundle me out of the train. And even if someone does that, if he says come out, then I think the onus is on me to just respect myself and come out. Thank you. I'll give it to Ade to give us his own opinion.
Thank you, Ewa. I think you've said it right. Honestly, I can't really tell if racism was involved, but I can tell you that that was a complete hammer to your job. According to the federal law, those guys don't even have the right to touch your clothes. I mean, they should have called the police. That is what they should have done. And this guy didn't buy travel tickets, which is not the right thing to do. So he broke the law. And whoever breaks the law has to suffer the consequences. But how these consequences are being carried out is also subjected to the law. You can't do something bad because someone did something bad. So I can't imagine if the situation would have been different if it was a German. But I've been in Germany for now 4 years, and I've been controlled so many times, I do not know how many. But every time they had someone to please step out of the train, they do obey. So it's really hard to tell if they would have treated a German differently. But all in all, I think both were wrong, and it's really hard to tell if it was racism or not.
Firstly, I would like to say what I found out in the video is it wasn't racially motivated. It was just a passenger that is trying to disobey an authority of the Deutsche Bahn. I will mention the Deutsche Bahn because that's the train involved. And there's been this notion of a lot of people trying to go away with simple disobedience, just like not buying the train tickets, and they want to remain on the train. This is what I don't support. Okay, I will also agree there was a use of excessive force in trying to get him out of the train, and I think a lot of people would tend to position the actions of these two security guys as being racially motivated because he's black and he's not having a ticket and so on and so forth. Also, I would like to also mention that a couple of weeks ago, I don't know if you guys followed the news, in Munich there was a simple control of two policemen on a guy. I think the guy was white, he wasn't black, and it quickly degenerated into an escalation in which the guy overtook one of the policemen and he drew his weapon and shot the other policewoman. So if you take this into consideration, I think the security guys there are trying to avoid such conflict or such escalation of situation. But in and all, it wasn't racially motivated, and there was just excessive use of force on the part of the security guys. That's my opinion to this case. And lastly, I would also like to advise immigrants or blacks or Africans living in Germany, when they take public transport and if they don't have tickets and they are being controlled, they should please obey simple orders given by the authority present there. This will solve embarrassment or such situations where people will be, where there will be a divided community of those living in Germany, as many people are giving different thoughts on this video that it's racially motivated or not. So from my own side, and lastly I would like to say from my own side that we didn't witness what really happened before the recording of the video. There should be somebody to tell us what really happened before the recording of the video. We don't have that. We just had a part where the guy is being dragged out of the video, and I think we can't conclude on this to judge if it's a racially motivated act or not. But from my own opinion, like I just said, and the last two commentators, I think it's not racially motivated. It's just an excessive use of force from the side of the Dutchman. Thank you.
Mark, from what they've all said, and it's obviously very clear that it is not racially motivated. I mean, Edward just said, what happened before the video clip, we don't know. But from experience, you would always know that whatever it is that would happen, they would always ask you for your ticket. I mean, they couldn't have just come and then said, okay, you get down. That's not possible. They would probably have asked for his ticket and then found out that the guy doesn't have it, and then probably asked the guy to come down, which he refused. And then, yeah, both parties were wrong. Like Ewa said, two wrongs can never make a right. They didn't act accordingly, they didn't do the right thing, but then from what people have been saying and from things I have been reading, people saying that it is racially motivated, I don't think so, because if the guy had done the right thing, such things wouldn't have taken place in the first place. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much, our guest speakers. From what we can deduce from your, I guess we all come to a consensus, okay, that racism was not involved. Good.
Not actually.
Racism could have been involved.
Exactly.
Okay, so racism was maybe not involved or could have been involved.
It could have been.
It could have been involved. Okay. Okay, so three of our speakers say racism could have been involved. So they are perhaps on the edge, and one of our speakers says racism was perhaps not involved. I have a question for you. The Nigerian man paid €9 out of the €60 fine, as we have come to find out, and he also eventually presented his ID card. Okay, why then was he still dragged out of the train? If he was a white man or an European, as we would say, would he have also been dragged out of the train with such excessive force, like the black man was dragged out of the train? Could you answer me?
Yeah. I would like to quickly go on. I watched the video, and from what I could understand from the video was that this event took place after he was dragged out of the train. After he was pinned down and he was dragged out of the train. I am very sure it was a poor job, like Ade said, from the security guys. But if this guy are like listening to simple order being given by an authority, I think we wouldn't have come to this situation where there will be a video and there will be thousands of comments trying to like figure out if it was racially motivated or not. All in all my point is, if an authority is giving orders on what to do, mostly in Germany, please just obey the order. If you are not satisfied with the way you are treated, there is always an office you could go and lay a complaint, which I know you get a response, not just a complaint on where there won't come a response. No, you are going to get lay a complaint and they are going to give you a response. Thank you very much.
So, sorry viewers, we'll have to cut it here. And there we have it. Obey the order. That's the advice from Edward James. So the debate still goes on, of course. Was racism involved or not? If you're interested, please write in the comment below.
My people suffer, them they pray for blessing. My people them they pray for blessing, for better living.